I see a couple of my buddies are already in the chat room. There's my glitter gator who loves BVD. Good morning. And NASCAR Vol, who I guarantee is suffering along with me and missing NASCAR a lot. So good morning and that. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Say something so I know you're still there. Give the other folks, if they're going to show up, a chance to get in before we jump into the topic, which is just basically, I don't have a particular agenda with the live stream. Hey, there's one of my watch buddies. There's Jerry. How you doing, Jerry? Appreciate you stopping by. I just wanted to see how everyone was handling the shut-in and talk about that, see how things are going with you guys. Hey, Dirk, how you doing? Yes, to jump on a call. Yeah, Dirk's one of the hardest working conference call guys I know. Great knife channel, by the way. He does watches and knives on his channel. So if in our little group we call him the Blade Meister. So if you guys are interested in checking out his channel, definitely click on the three dots next to his name and jump over to his channel and sub him up because he's doing some good stuff, especially if you like knives. Here. Wear a better shirt, Glitter Gator says. There is no better shirt than my Gators, sir, so suck it. He's a Bulldog fan, so of course he's not going to like my shirt. And yet he still calls himself the Glitter Gator. I don't understand that, but that's him. Hi, Bobby. How you doing? Appreciate you stopping by. And NASCAR Ball is singing the Rocky Top song. We all love that song. They play it every time the Volunteers score, which lately hasn't been that often. Maury Povich said the Gators are your daddy, sir, so deal with that. Let's see. Glitter Gator says I'll never understand him. No, I won't. But anyway, quick update. Everyone in my family, myself, my two daughters, my mother and my father, are as of today, which is March 19th, 2020. We're doing well. Nobody is sick. We're all sort of in a holding pattern with respect to life, because of the way the economy is sort of going, ping-ponging. We're not doing any crazy spending or anything like that. We're all trying to avoid crowds unless it's, say, going to a store or something like that. Just trying to, hunker down and not get sick. So you got played after school. Oh yeah, I forgot about the turnover thing. Ball, NASCAR ball. Not something your defense is doing a lot of lately either. So I understand though that the balls have kind of turned a corner and they should start getting a little bit better if we ever get 2020 off the ground. Which I got to tell you, I'm concerned. Football season doesn't start until September. It's March now. Got a lot of time, but with all the spring practices canceled, with all the recruiting is shut down, all the spring games are gone. You got to wonder, what's going to happen next. Let's see. Solid Snakes in the house. How you doing, man? I appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, we are all doing well. I wanted to see what I want to talk about with respect to what my channel is focused on. I mean, even though we sort of veered in sports, which I love my college football, as we all know, is the watch hobby, which I'm involved in, which I know Derek is involved in, Bobby, I believe is, Jerry is. Um, oh, by the way, wrist check here. I'm wearing my relatively new Zelos Hammerhead 2 chronograph in the blue bezel, all steel. Big watch. Very big on the wrist, as you can see, but comfortable. I did a video on this. Please head over to my archive, check it out. Bobby's wearing his Tudor, the Black Bay 58. My father has a Black Bay 58. He won't let me play with it. He won't let me play with a lot of his watches. He always kids me. He says, I know where all my watches are, so if one of them comes up missing after you come over, you're going to be in trouble. So I'm not going to take any of your watches, Dad. Trust me. Especially the ones on bracelets, because they won't fit me. Although I do have all his watch boxes and all his extra links at my house, so even if I did grab one, I could size it up, but that's kind of a pain. Ball's got a Timex. Well, Timex makes some good stuff. I always recommend somebody who's getting involved, just starting to get involved in the hobby, to start, Seiko, Citizen, Orient, Timex. You don't have to jump into the $1,000 and above end of the pool. I mean, you can, there are really good watches to start building a collection on that can be had for well under $100. Hell, in some cases, under $20. And if any of you want, information about that, you just have to ask me. I'll be more than happy to. I helped out a guy earlier today on my YouTube channel. Had a vintage Seiko, very similar to one I did a video on. His hands on his chronograph didn't line up. He couldn't find the solution anywhere. I found the solution in my stash of watch boxes in about 3 minutes. Fixed him right up. So he's happy. But what this Corona thing, I call it the beer flu just because I'm a wise ass. What it's done for me, particularly to me, in particular in the watch end of things, and things in general, is I'm cutting back on spend. Jerry knows that there's you yourself, Jerry, was selling a couple of classic Casio digitals, including one of them that I had my eye on about 2 or 3 weeks ago. And it's up for sale. I know it's up for sale. I know the person who's selling it. I've dealt with them, but I'm just not buying it. I'm not doing it. The money isn't coming in like it was, and my channel is still relatively young and relatively small, so the ad revenue isn't coming in, and nobody's dropping $10 super chats on me. So while I'm monetized here on YouTube, it's just not helping. And investments, stock market and everything's going haywire, and everything's a little up in the air right now. So just holding on to my money right now. I do have 3 watches that I do want to buy. I do have the budget for them right now, so that money's set aside prior to all this silliness going on. So I've already budgeted those 3 watches, but beyond that, I'm just not doing anything. And that's sort of like generally what life is like at the moment right now, at this snapshot in time, other than groceries, utilities, um, fueling the car, or cars in my case. Um, just the spend isn't going to happen right now. I was wondering, what do you guys think? Give me some opinions out there in the comments. What are you guys doing the same or not doing uh, now that the economy's kind of gone into a hiccup right now? Jerry is Jerry is. I remember you said that you were budgeting for an ocean crawler. Those watches are up near or a little over $1,000 a piece. They're fantastic watches for those of you who don't know, but they're not cheap. So you've got to make budget for it. One of the three watches that I have my eye on is going to be well over $1,000. It's a great watch. It's not going to be cheap, but it is going to be mine because I've already put that money aside. In fact, I've cleared a couple of debts, worked hard to clear some debts specifically so that I've freed up that money that I would normally have been paying off that debt. I can now free it up for the watch that I want. And that's what you have to do as a collector sometimes. In fact, most collectors, most of the time, you have to be smart. You have to plan your move. I don't see a lot of impulse buy on watches out there. And I'm guilty of a couple of impulse buys here and there when you see something. You know that that's an older watch and you've got to get it now because it's in a certain condition at a certain price. And you just impulse grab it. But most of the time, that's not the way I'm operating. Let's see. Bobby is saving and not spending as well. Yeah, I agree, Bobby. But 6 months from now, things could turn around. Before I jumped on air, I was watching a bit of the latest news conference by Trump and company, and I was also watching Glenn Beck's Blaze TV, and he had just had on about an hour ago, about 11:15 or so. He had a guy on his show that said that there were a couple of already used drugs out there that he had that showed in the trials that his group was doing, or his company, or whatever, that showed marked effectiveness against the beer flu, COVID-19, coronavirus, whatever you want to call it. And then, not a few minutes later during the news conference, Trump mentioned that same drug. So it looks like the pharmaceutical companies are stepping up and the FDA is getting out of the way and allowing some of this stuff to get out there in trials. And God willing, I say this with all seriousness, God willing, we find something that can kill this thing dead and we get our lives back. Because I don't know about you guys, but I'm sick of going to the store and seeing shelf emptiness that looks like, it looks like Florida, where I live. Florida before a hurricane is about to hit. The rest of you guys that are not in hurricane zones, now you know what we go through from June to November when something starts stirring out there in the Atlantic or in the Caribbean or in the Gulf, and it looks like it's heading our way. Now you know what it feels like. The nice thing about this is, though, even though we're prepping like it's a hurricane, at least we still have power and cable and everything. So hunkering down in a house, when you still have power and AC and your cable and your internet is still working, that ain't so bad. As long as the power is on. Let's see what we got here. Solid Snake. Hey, Solid Snake, I appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, that's the way most people are, I think, Solid Snake. Just buying what you need and putting the wants and luxuries on hold. Hey, Melvin, how you doing? Hey, Mr. Zelos, man, that's me, Mr. Zelos. That's what I've been dubbed out there on the internet. That name seems to be growing. My new nickname, Mr. Zelos. Just ordered the Zelos Chrono myself. This one, the Hammerhead. Is that the one you're talking about? I love this watch, man. This one is fantastic. I've got a few more videos coming up pretty soon from Zelos watches. I think you'll like them. Hey, Blue Shirt Buddha, how you doing, man? Yeah, I think now that we're all kind of stuck in the house and everything, I'm going to try and do more live streams. I think I won't bore people to death. Certainly, I love to talk. So, and unfortunately, this isn't going to be like Uncle Lou and DVD. I don't have the ability to bring callers in or anything. Although, maybe I'll look into that. Maybe I get some tips from Uncle Lou on how to set that up. But I love to talk, as you all figured out, and I hope people will listen, and stop in and just be entertained for however long I yak. Let's see, 13 people in here. That's pretty good. Come on, guys, click the thumbs up button for me here. Make me feel important. Please, man, go ahead and click that. Let's see if we can get it up there a little more. Tiger Cat, how you doing, baby? Thank you for supporting my channel. Tiger Cat's relatively new sub. Great lady, funny girl. So I would read her posts on Facebook. They just make me laugh. And she is a quality lady, even though she's a corn dog, but we love her anyway. Love her anyway. But, maybe you and I, Tiger Cat, we set up a bet if the season goes off. Maybe we'll set up a bet between you and I for the Florida LSU game. Like loser has to post a picture on Facebook wearing the hat or a T-shirt from the winner, something like that. That'd be funny. I'm going to set something up with Lou on that. I'm going to try to, because I think this is the year that Florida can get past Georgia. I think. Finally, after 3 years of preseason worrying about what Felipe LePew is going to do to us, I don't have that worry anymore. That weight is lifted off my shoulders. So I'm happy about that. Solid Snake, everyone please be safe, take care of yourself, love it. Absolutely. You got to be safe now. You got to be smart. Last night, for example, there was a meeting set up. I was going to be a judge at a car show, a charity car show that was going to happen this coming Sunday. It's obviously been canceled for multiple reasons, but one reason was because it was being held on public parkland, and the county that was involved with that killed the show. I was going to be a Mustang judge, of course. What else would I be? What am I going to do? Judge Corvettes? Anyway, so the show got canceled, but the show promoter still wanted to do a meeting, wrap-up meeting last night, and I said, no. No, you can tell me what happens at the meeting later if you want to, but I am not going to go sit in an enclosed room with a dozen other people that I barely know them. They're all good folks, but I don't know them. I don't know what they've been, where they've been. I don't know what they're doing. I'm not going to sit in a room and pray that nobody coughs. So, no, you got to be safe. You got to be smart. The local Publix is here. The grocery store where I live, the main store is Publix. I think it's up in Georgia too. They have people standing where the shopping carts are now with a spray bottle of God knows what and clean towels. And all they're doing is when you're about to reach for a cart, they reach for the cart, they squirt the handle, and they clean it for you. I like that. But got to be smart. Tennessee Mike's in the house. How you doing, man? There's another one of my watch guys. We're in the Zelos, man. I'm doing great. Doing great. Let's see. Yeah, Rob, there's Random Rob. Now, that's a watch channel, folks. If any of you have any kind of inkling of interest, I know there's a good number of people in here that are already watch guys. Anyone that has an inkling of interest in watches has got to sub up the Random Rob channel. You will get an education. You will get an opportunity to buy some really nice watches at really good prices on the Sunday Fun Day, and you will be entertained. And when he does ship the watches to you, they're shipped impeccably. Ask me how I know. Yeah, I guess not only am I competing with Trump, Rob, I'm also competing with the Rush Limbaugh show. But Rush isn't there today. I think he's out there. He's doing his treatment. Yeah, we are the Mustang gang, you and I, Tiger Cat. You need to post a picture up on your Facebook of what your Mustang looks like. I can't find that. Hey, Clam, how you doing? Appreciate you stopping by. I really do. There's another one of my Uncle Lou folks. I hope all you guys who are here that are also with me on the Uncle Lou side of the world are watching his videos that he's reloading on his new channel. If you didn't know, real brief summary: Uncle Lou is one of my favorite sports channels out on YouTube. His original channel, he had to temporarily shut it down because of some problems he was having with some children, some idiot troll children, I guess. And he's opened up a new channel, so definitely go seek that channel out. It's called Uncle Lou on LouTube. He needs subscribers, and he needs them fast, and he needs people watching his videos, and he needs them fast. He's uploading videos from the old channel onto the new channel at a pretty good clip. So make sure you guys in the chat that are Uncle Lou subs, make sure you're jumping on that channel constantly and watching the videos so you can get that 4,000 watch hour thing. F-22 Raptor, greetings from California. Well, thanks for chiming in. Surviving shelter in place, home from work, taking YouTube breaks. Hey, that's why I'm going to try and do more live streams to try and entertain folks who are subscribers, and maybe even pull in a new subscriber too. You know, God willing, maybe I'll even pull in a super chatter too. Well, I'm not going to beg for them, but you know, you never know. So I'm going to try and entertain you guys as best I can with live streams, and I've got a lot of videos that I've already shot that are kind of just waiting to be released. I don't want to release them all at once, obviously, because then I got nothing better to do. But I do have some videos upcoming that I think you will like. I have some ideas for videos that I'm going to shoot, and hopefully keep you entertained while we're all stuck in our homes. You know, it entertains me to make the videos and do the live stream. So what the hell? Let's all get entertained together. Let's see. Unemployment here, but good to go. Brass up 5.5. What is that? Brass up 5.56. I don't get that. Hey, Meteorite is one of my subs. I think this is like one of the first times on a live stream, Meteorite. I appreciate you stopping by. I really do. Solid Snake, thank you, man. I appreciate. He was the guy who gave me my first super chat ever. I appreciate that. Thank you. I don't mind distracting you from work today. I'll you know what? If you guys think I can do it, I will try and do it more. I can come over with things to try and think of things to say. I mean, I got a lot of things to say about subjects that'll piss people off, but that's not what I really want to do here on this channel. I don't want to dive into those things. I mean, I'll talk college football, I'll talk watches, I'll talk cars, I'll talk racing. I just don't want to talk about the third rails, like religion, politics, that kind of thing. I don't want to do that. In fact, I'm going to actively try not to. But how are you guys handling the shelter-in-place thing? What do you guys do to pass the time? I mean, parents, are you making sure your kids aren't killing themselves or each other in the other room? I mean, what goes on where you are? Right now, where I am, I mean, both my daughters are grown up. I mean, 22 and 18. They're up. They're actually both of them up in Gainesville, but the schools are shut down. So I know that both of them are heading back to where I am today or tonight. The older one's gonna stay with her boyfriend, which is fine because she's a little crazy. The younger one's gonna stay here. Um, she's a little crazy too, actually. But both of them will be away from their campuses for the foreseeable future. Um, I also found out that the University of Florida canceled commencement. And my older daughter, in case nobody knew, is set to graduate on May 2nd of this year. She's going to be a teacher, and she still has the 1-year master's program, but she was going to graduate in May, and now with the ceremonies are canceled, she's not going to get to walk across the stage. And she's kind of upset about that, so I feel bad for her. I mean, I was one of the great joys of my life to walk across the stage at UF back in 1987 and in 1990, and shake the president's hand and just mark that as one of the great accomplishments of my life up to that point. So my daughter being cheated out of it is, well, not cheated, but she's losing that opportunity unless UF comes up with another plan, or lets them maybe walk across the stage in December when the next graduating class occurs. I don't know, but it's a shame. Let's see. Nita says, yeah, first time able to make it here live. Your kids are momentarily calm as I work from home. Yeah, it depends on the age of the kid. I mean, no kid is truly calm, but some can be calmed easier than others. I mean, the teenagers will probably calm themselves by playing on their little electronic devices. The younger ones are restless and they want to be doing something every second of every day. Hey, Canine Cardio is here. Appreciate it. Driving but listening. Okay, just don't let me distract you from driving safely to where you're going. Please be safe. Hey, Bartholomew's here. Appreciate you stopping by. Tennessee's leaving. Click the like button before you leave, Tennessee. Yeah, if everyone could click the like button, I really appreciate it. That helps me out a little bit. I appreciate clicking the thumbs up. That'd be nice if you could do that. F22, both kids are out of school and childcare. Yeah, tons of time to bond before you kill each other. You gotta wonder. I mean, I posted this as sort of a joke on Facebook, on my Facebook page, that we're probably going to see a pretty good spike in births come December and January this year and into 2021. I predict a pretty good spike in live births from around that point. A lot of new babies. I remember reading about that after the big blackout that New York City had in '79. Also, I was living in Metro Atlanta in 1993 in March when a big snowstorm blew in. I mean, this was a big storm. It dropped about 6 to 8 inches over the entire metroplex and just killed the city for a good week. And then come 9 months later, December and January of 93, 94, all of a sudden, all the maternity wards in the hospitals just went bonkers. A lot of new kids being born. So I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have this problem. So don't feel sorry for me. It's. I mean, I'm ugly, but it's also kind of a conscious choice. Let's see. Uh, Dirk is going to jump off. Okay, thanks for stopping by, Dirk. I appreciate it. Yeah, I appreciate anyone who stops by. I mean, it's a small channel. It's not highly publicized. I don't do a lot of live streams. I do them infrequently. So anytime, I have folks jump on and check it out, I appreciate that. Anything in particular you guys want to talk about? Nobody's talking about how, how does this shelter in place affect, how's that, and you guys still earning money? Is it still, are you still employed? Is it still happening? I mean, is this going to affect leisurely spending and that kind of thing? I mean, what are your guys' plans are for the immediate future? How's that working for you guys? Meteorite says little ones are 3 and 5 bouncing off the walls. Yep. Yeah, that age, they don't know the meaning of the phrase "sit still." They really don't. Unless the TV's on. I mean, as long as you got the TV going and your cable service is working, you got plenty of DVDs. Does anyone use DVDs anymore? Am I the only one left buying DVDs? I just don't. I don't like the streaming part so much. I like to have the disc in my hand. But I think I'm a distinct minority now. I buy most of my DVDs. When I buy them physically, it's at Walmart, and their DVD department is shrinking all the time. It's being taken over by video game cartridges and that kind of thing. I suspect the video game market is probably doing really well. Oh yeah, that's right, Tiger Cat. You're in the healthcare industry, so this shit's real to you. But well, you're in a NICU if I remember correctly. So hopefully you're isolated from all the people with the beer flu and all that stuff. Let's see, Hank Moody. Yeah, Hank. I know you and I and a whole bunch of people in the watch industry are really putting a freeze on buying watches right now. You just don't need to do it. And if you don't need to do it, you're not doing it. I mean, that's the truth. Yeah, I agree with you, Raptor, about the Frozen 2 movie. I understand that Disney Plus wasn't going to release that movie on their stream service for about another 2 to 3 months, but decided to do it out of, I guess, an abundance of kindness. Yeah, whatever. I guarantee you, between the Mandalorian and Frozen 2, Disney Plus subscriptions have gone through the roof. I feel like I'm the only person in the world that doesn't have a Disney Plus account. I really don't see the need. And if I want to watch The Mandalorian, I'm sure at some point they'll release it on DVD. Pardon me, like they did with Discovery. First 2 seasons were streamed on CBS, streaming, and they're out on Blu-ray. So I bought them on Blu-ray. I watched the first season. It actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Yeah, very true, Tiger Cat. I suspect that you will be very busy in November. Well, you know what, Tiger Cat? I hope you're not busy in November or October, because that means that you're working with preemies. And I don't wish a preemie on anyone. Um, quite in one sense, Tiger Cat. I wish you were doing something. I wish you didn't have to do preemies. I wish that particular discipline in nursing didn't exist. It's a sad thing. It's really hard on the heart. I would take. I think Tiger Cat. It takes a strong person to be able to work in the NIC ward and in the NICU. And the fact that you do that means that you're a better person than I am. Probably one of the finest people I'll ever meet, whether directly or indirectly, because you are working. You're doing God's work. You're working with patients that, through no fault of their own, are in extreme danger for the first few weeks or months of their lives. And I don't know how you do it, Tiger Cat. I really don't, but I salute you for it, because we need people like you. Unfortunately, we need people like you, but we need people like you. And Tiger Cat is working in one of the saddest and yet one of the most hopeful sections of any hospital of any size. So I salute you, Tiger Cat. I do. I hope more people will express that to you, or have, and will continue to. Oh God, I got maudlin there for a minute. Jeez, I'm sorry. Back to somebody give me something happy to talk about. I mean, diseases and preemie babies, and canceled sports. I mean, geez, I'm losing my mind with no car racing. I mean, I only really watch two series of races with any consistency, and that was NASCAR and Formula One. I just got an alert on my phone a little while ago that Formula One is canceled or postponed about half their season already. It's like, at this point, it's almost, and remember, that's a European-based series, so they're a nanny state continent to begin with. So if somebody farts the wrong way, they're going to cancel a race. So, NASCAR, the good old boys are probably saying, hell, give me some chewing tobacco and some beer, I'll be fine. Put me in a car. Formula One, if somebody burps wrong, they'll cancel a race. So, but I miss Formula One. It looks like that series is in big trouble with respect to trying to get that season started again. And 2020 was going to be the last year of this era. They call it the turbo hybrid era. And this was the last year for turbo hybrids before they switched everything changes in 2021. All new cars, all new rules, new formats, new tracks. And this was supposed to be a transition year, and now it doesn't look like they're going to get the transition in. They're all going to be jumping in 2021 because 2020 is screwed. As far as NASCAR is concerned, man, I just miss watching Kyle Busch destroy the field. I enjoy watching that. Let's see. Don't cry, Tiger Cat. Please don't cry. The Olympics. Nobody said anything about the Olympics. That's being held in Japan. Somebody tell me in the comment section. It's being held in Japan. I don't know what's happening with the Olympics. I guess that's summer, and it hasn't gotten close enough yet where they're going to affect the Olympics or not. I don't watch the Olympics. Summer Olympics to me is pointless. I mean, I used to watch just the basketball game, maybe that's about it. I mean, I don't even watch that anymore because, basketball at the NBA level now is unwatchable to me. It's, a bunch of thugs with tattoos running around trying to see who can be, Mr. Billy Badass and who can get a highlight segment on Sports Center. So I have no use for the Summer Olympics. The only Winter Olympics sport I ever have any use for now is the hockey. So if the Olympics didn't happen, it wouldn't bother me terribly. But I hope it doesn't affect college football. It already has, but I hope it doesn't kill the season. And it's killing a lot of things in the watch world too. I mean, Baselworld got murdered. There's a bunch of wind-ups and other conventions in San Francisco and Chicago and New York. They got all canceled. I was hoping to meet the owner of Zelos, maybe this year. Try and get to New York or Chicago. That ain't going to happen. I wanted to meet the man. I want to take him out to dinner and thank him for. Pardon me again. I wanted to thank him for producing watches that make up about 1/3 of my collection. It's just not going to happen. And, Rolex is shut down. Patek Philippe is shut down. Looks like all the major houses in Switzerland and the major Japanese makers are shutting down or going to shut down. I mean, there's going to be a supply crunch sooner rather than later. I think the used market, I think the vintage market is going to take off as a result. Because people are still going to want to buy watches if they have the money, but if there's no new watches out there, what are they going to do? They're going to jump to the secondary market. That's what I think. I don't have any watches right now that I'm thinking of selling, but if the market for secondaries starts to tick up a bit, I might consider it as a way to raise cash for myself and for my family, but I just don't know. No, Melvin, no, I saw that before you retracted it. I don't think, I don't think that Zelos is going to be affected. I mean, the Chinese factories and Singapore area has already started to recover and start working again. So I think that Zelos is going to be able to start making its deliveries. Now, whether or not those things get shipped over in a timely manner, that's a whole other story. But I am still under the impression that he has the dress watches coming up in a month or two from now, and I know that something is going to hit in July. Another run of Swordfish, and that's still in the plan. Anything beyond that, I don't know, but I know that the dress watch is still on schedule, and the Swordfish, I guess it'd be the 4th generation of Swordfish, are still scheduled. So let's hope. Let's hope. We'll see what happens. I'm hoping that some of these announced therapies that were just announced in a very recent news conference, I hope that comes to fruition and we can start knocking this disease back a bit. But it's all conjecture until it happens, right? Anyway, I've been rambling on for almost 45 minutes, and I think I'm going to wrap the stream up. Unless anything else on your minds? Out there in the comments, anything on your minds? I appreciate all the thumbs up. Pardon me. That's just a dry throat cough. I don't have the beer flu. At least I hope not. I hope not. I mean, I am relative. I mean, I just turned 55 on Monday the 16th, so I don't know if I'm in a high risk group, but I'm riskier, I guess. Hope not. Anyway, thank you, Solid Snake. I appreciate it. I appreciate the super chat. That was very kind of you. Anyway, I'm going to wrap the video up. Thank you for all the thumbs up. Anyone who's watching this video after the stream is over, I'd appreciate a thumbs up if you like the video. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, down there in the section, I read them all. I respond to them all. But if you get nasty, negative, or otherwise dislikable, I will delete the post before it's seen and I'll block you. Sorry. Just no time for that in my life. If you're not already a member, or first time here, or you've been watching videos here for a while, you haven't clicked on it, what are you waiting for, man? Come on. Click the red button. Click the red subscribe button. Click the bell icon next to it so that when I upload or do live streams, you are alerted. I appreciate y'all for stopping by. For those of you who are watch people, I'll see you in my comments section. For those of you who I know from Uncle Lou and DVD, I'll see you tonight or tomorrow or whenever on their streams. Have a good rest of the day, folks. Be safe, be smart.